Hello, this is Ashi from Crafting with Ashi and welcome to this video. This is the card we're going to be making today. So let's get started. Supplies you're going to need is an A6 card base, so that's in Whisper White, thick Whisper White. So that's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. A piece of real red that measures 10 centimeters by 14.35 centimeters, and then scraps of basic black, basic grey, shaded spruce and Whisper White. Okay, so starting with our real red, we're going to be using this stamp set to stamp the background called Crackle Paint. Okay, and it's one of our background stamps, so this is it. So I'm just going to put that down, and then I'm going to do tone on tone, so I'm going to use some real red ink. I'm just going to ink up the base like that, close the red up before I have an accident, and then all I'm going to do is place my card on top of there, and just going to use a spare block just to push it down, and there we go. Lovely. So this is one of our new cling stamps, so it clings everywhere. So there we go. So I'm just going to put that aside to dry and bring in our scrap of Whisper White. Oops, you see what I mean? The red gets everywhere, so just make sure I've got nothing more on my hands. That's when I'm going to use a new piece actually, because I've got a little smear there you can't see. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to do our focal image, and we're going to be using this stamp set called Waterfront. I'm going to be using this one here, that one, the little house as well. Okay, and the mountain set there. Okay, so I'm going to be using our markers to stamp here. So the first one I'm going to be using here is Old Olive, and I'm just going to put some colour down on top of the stamp like that. Give it a huff to make sure the ink is still all nicely activated, and then going to stamp wherever I want it to be. So we're not going to be using all of this area because we're going to cut this piece down, but still don't know how far we're going to cut it down to, depending on how we do our scene. So I prefer to do it like this, and we're going to do some more here. Okay, so that's our base of green, and if you wanted to be a bit more greeny, you can just go over with your, and to add some maybe highlights and shading or whatever, you could just go over with the marker within the area like that. That's what I did before. Okay, so now our trees. I'm going to use shaded spruce for the top of the trees, so I'm just going to put that colour down. So there we go, lots of that. And then I'm going to use some early espresso just to for our trees, for our trunks, and then I'm just going to put it down, press and hold it in position, and there we go. Okay, now I'm just going to get my Stampin' Chamois out again and just clean the stamp off, because I want to stamp again, but I don't want to stamp all of the trees, so I want to make sure I'm just going to dry that off. So now I'm just going to stamp these two trees here that are actually joined together, so it's these two here. So let's put some more ink down. We're just going to colour in those two. And then I'm not going to colour in the stems because I want to put it at a different height to the one I've got. But I've got a little bit on the other tree, so I'm just going to use a tissue just to dab it off. Okay. So now, there we go. Press it down, hold it, and up. And you can see it looks different to these two, but it's got a height differential. So I'm just going to use my marker and just add in my trunks myself. So there we have our 3 trees there. Okay, and now I'm going to do what's next, my mountain. So for my mountain I'm actually going to use some smoky slate, and I'm going to cover the whole of my mountain in smoky slate, as you can see. And then at the bottom I'm going to put in some basic grey. And then I'm going to put this wherever I want it, so let's put it around there. And press down and hold it. Okay, lovely. And you can see by doing it like that you get the graduation in colour, which is really nice. Now it also looks like it's floating, so I want to continue this line, and I'm going to be using the basic grey, and I just want to continue this line down through the trees. This line that's coming down here. Like that, so it looks like it's looks, as you can see, now that I've got the line, I think I'm going to darken it a little bit, so make it a little bit more distinctive. And then around the base of the mountain I'm going to add just a tiny bit of green. And I use actually the broad tip here, just so. I'll do the same along that line. Just gives it a bit of just makes it a bit more realistic. Okay. Now I'm going to add the little houses, and for this I'm going to be using grey granite for the bottom of the house, and add a little bit of red to matching with our back colour. It's real red for the top here. And then one more house. So grey granite, smoky slate, where's grey granite? Here it is. And we're just going to put that there, like that. Okay. Now this area behind it I wanted to have some colour, because you don't find a big area of white like that in real life. So I'm going to be using some of the Balmy Blue with my blender pen, and I'm just going to blend it out, get rid of the colour there on the edge of my grid paper, and then I'm just going to go in, and just by taking some of it off on the side of the grid paper, just takes away some of the harshness of the colour. You don't want it to be very strong, you just want to give an impression of blue there. Okay. Then just scribble it off to get rid of anything and close everything up. Okay, last thing, I'm just going to add some crushed curry here, just so it looks like there's a light shining through there, through those little huts. And there we have our little scene. So now I'm going to cut it out first. Okay, so bring my trimmer in, and first I'm going to cut along the base so that it's not floating. If I cut into the scored, it would be useful. And don't worry about, you can see here there's still white, we're just going to colour that in a minute once we've got our and I'm going to just take out some like that, so the tree looks like it's coming in, and then I'm going to cut here, and then we're going to give it a little bit of sky. Okay, so there we have our little scene like that. Okay, so I'm just going to put that to the side for a second, and one last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my basic black marker and the thin side, and I just add some birds like that, just to give it a bit more interest. Okay, so now we can bring in our scrap bits, and the first bit I'm going to use is this scrap of basic black. So what I'm going to do is just put a bit of snail on the back, mat it on the corner here where it's straight, and then bring back my trimmer, and we're just going to cut around the other sides. Like that. Okay, as you can see, just like that. So next thing we're going to do is bring in our piece of basic grey, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. So snail on the back, and then mat the sort of piece of basic grey, and then just cut it out so into our trimmer. Whoops, I didn't do a very good job there. I think I need a new trimmer blade. These things are sent to try us. Yeah, I need a new trimmer blade. So I don't have one up here with me, so I'm just going to use my scissors just to and as I said in a previous video, me and straight lines have never really met, so if I can do it. So can you, and that doesn't look half bad. So then our last piece is the shaded spruce. Okay. Look at that. Just fits. Isn't that lucky? Yeah, so now I'm going to just go and roll it with the scissors again. Okay, and there we have our piece. So let's get rid of all this mess. Okay, and let's bring back our card base and our real red, and we can assemble everything and then we're done. Yippee! Okay, so snail on the back of the real red, stick it down, and then I'm just going to use snail on the back here as well because it's popped up so many times. And there we have. So that's the one we just made. That's the one we made before. I like them both. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want any information about the products used, supply list, measurements, etc., it'll be on the blog post that goes with this video, and that'll be on my webpage, and the link to that will be in the description box below. So until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!